Good morning. So I'm just having breakfast and it's basically like a whole bunch of free food from the restaurant. I got salad, I got deviled eggs. There's more food in the fridge for lunch later, and it's great. It's like fancy restaurant food, and I don't have to cook for myself. So I'm eating breakfast. I'm thinking about life and how, lucky we all are to be alive. We're lucky to be alive. We're lucky that the sun is coming out every day. And I know it sounds cheesy, but for a lot of people, that's not the case. A lot of people are getting killed left and right. And, you could be like, oh, I can't be happy because those people are getting killed. That's a choice. That's a choice that you make. You can make a choice to not be happy because there's pain and trauma and suffering in the world. By the way, people that are causing pain and trauma and suffering, usually it's because they said the same thing as you. They said, I can't be happy until I fix these things. I have to go and punish these people that are taking something away from me, whatever it is. And I know you don't see it that way because we have this in the West, we have this view of the good guy and the bad guy. So you're the good guy, right? At the end of the day, pain is an emotion. It's not good or bad. Pain is a feeling and it spreads. And, good or bad is just a label that you give it. But the feeling is still the feeling. And as long as you keep holding on to the feeling, it's gonna keep spreading and it's gonna keep manifesting in other ways in the world. And so the way I see it, the way to make a world a better place is really to try at least starting with yourself, and it does spread, starting with yourself. Embrace joy whenever you can. So I'm gonna try and embrace this delicious salad that was made with love, by the way, by the chefs in the restaurant that I work at. And they're so nice. Cucumber. So last night I met this couple. Actually, I'd seen them before. They come to the restaurant all the time. And so they're a Highland Park couple. If you don't know about Highland Park, Texas, it's basically the equivalent of Beverly Hills or Hancock Park in LA. That's what Highland Park is. So that's basically where I work, is in Highland Park. And really nice families. Everybody, they sort of know each other, and there's I see all kinds of different types of families that come in there. Some of them, their kids are spoiled. Oh, and there's famous people too. So it's still early, that's why it's still a little dark out. But I figured I wanted to get a start on my day. So anyway, this couple walks in, and they're just so sweet, and they're so nice, and you can tell that they're, they're wealthy, and they come in there all the time. And the mom, out of nowhere, tells me about the lady. She tells me about her kids, and she says that she had a daughter not long ago, 16-year-old daughter, who killed herself. And I was like, oh my God. I was literally walking by with a bunch of dishes, and I couldn't keep walking because I was like, oh my God, this is this is really heavy. What she's saying, not the dishes. And so she's like, yeah, her daughter. And then she shows me a picture of her daughter, and her daughter was gorgeous. And she's like, I don't know what happened. She was happy. She had friends. We're making a movie about it. And all her friends are going to be in it. We gave her everything she wanted. She was gorgeous. How? What happened? I have no idea. I didn't know this girl, and I was so shocked. But I think a lot of depression really comes down to, of course, limiting beliefs, what I talked about in that other video. And, we're going to keep exploring that. But a lot of it also just comes down to, it doesn't matter how many friends you have, like how many people are in your life. If you're not connecting with them, like if they don't know how you're feeling, they don't like if you don't feel heard and understood, a lot of it is actually limiting beliefs. Because you could say, well, you could just tell people about your sadness or whatever you're feeling. You could tell someone in your life, like, hey, I'm feeling this way. Do you understand me, right? And they'll understand you. Like, anyone can understand feelings. We're all human, right? But why don't we? Why don't we do that? And maybe it's the limiting belief that we think that other people won't understand, or that we're embarrassed to tell other people. And this is a white family, and I feel like a lot of white people, Persians too, obviously, like Persians, Asians, white people, like a lot of, I'm stereotyping, but like a lot of people with backgrounds that care a lot about like their public image are raised thinking like, oh no, and especially in a place like Highland Park where people are very wealthy and pish posh, whatever, like they're raised with the feeling that, oh no, like if I tell anybody what I'm going through, it's embarrassing and they won't want to talk to me and I will lose those connections. So it's even in like the healthiest family, like if you're raising your kids in a very like status driven area, and like Highland Park is like that. It's just like Beverly Hills. It's like there's a lot of famous people there. Everyone is like trying to impress everybody, which is, there's good things about it, like they're actually, it's ambition driven, but then there's the bad thing about it, which is, maybe kids are being raised with the limiting belief that you can't connect with other people because other people will judge you, and you can't show your true colors and maybe it's subconsciously instilled in them, like you can't be yourself. You have to hide certain things. And there's like the idea of oversharing. Like you can't overshare. I was like reading about this on the internet because I overshare. And like, honestly, I don't care that I overshare because this is really helpful for me. Like this has totally lifted my spirit. I remember like yesterday I walked into my therapist office and she was like, why are you so happy? And I was like, I don't know. I feel like I took a large dump on my YouTube channel. Like I feel like I just like emptied everything out. And she's like, to complete strangers. And I mean, she wasn't judging. She was actually like happy for me. But yeah, to complete strangers. Like if you are stuck in a prison of your own mind, that's the worst prison to be in. Like there's no reason not to overshare. You know what I mean? If it's making other people uncomfortable, then don't. But like, if you're like on in your own diary, in your own channel where people have the option of going to look, they don't have to click on it, but they can if they want to. Like, why not? And if you guys have any channels, I know, gosh, someone commented that they were making videos. Can you please post a link to your channel in the comment section if you want, and you don't have to, but who cares? Like, who cares what anybody thinks? Nobody, like, and another thing I find is that being around certain people, even if they don't tell you, like, don't say anything to anybody, keep it in, like, even if they don't tell you, because they're like that, you feel like, oh no, I can't, like, be open about stuff because it's gonna embarrass so-and-so, or it's gonna embarrass, like, don't honestly, like, however nice they are, like, you don't have to be around those people all the time, because if they're making you feel like you always have to put on a certain impression, then they're basically forcing you to like keep staying in that mental prison. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm making sense in my mind. I don't know if I'm making sense verbally, but yeah, dude, I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. It's a great day. So it's early. I'm trying to get myself on the schedule. I'm having, salad, eggs. I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna go and I got a whole bunch of requests for rentals for the house, and then I also got someone who wants to buy a house in Dallas, another person, and so I'm gonna call them back, and like there's a lot of business coming in, so I'm gonna work on that, and then I'm gonna do some editing, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. All right, I'm off to the bank now. I'm gonna deposit a whole bunch of cash that I made from the restaurant, and yeah, and then I'm gonna get to work. I was just like watching these videos about business, like growing your money, growing things and stuff like that, and how to just like, you know, obviously grow your business really fast. You need to have people working for you. And so I was thinking to myself, like, I really don't like hiring people because I feel like I'm really bad at directing people, giving them orders, and making sure that they stay on top of things. I feel like people don't really take me seriously, and so when I do hire people, I end up spending a lot of money and losing it because like people don't actually do their jobs. And like, so, you know, but there is another way to do it. If you're someone like me, you're not stuck. For me, I think the way that I've been able to get ahead this far is by, as much as you possibly can, trying to rely on automation and like already existing systems and just putting those systems together. I can't stop sneezing. As I was saying, there's ways to get by without hiring like full-time employees. You know, you can, first of all, you can get people to do contract work, like one-off jobs, and if you really trust them, you know, that they're gonna actually do the job, you know, you can basically say, I can't pay you until the job is complete, or I can give you a deposit and then pay you the rest when the job is complete. And if you do it through an automated system, there's more trust that that's gonna happen. That's why, like, it's good to use stuff like TaskRabbit. Like, I'm really happy I've used TaskRabbit or Fiverr, stuff like that, because that way it holds both you and the other person accountable, because it's an automated system that, you know, it will demand money from your end. It will demand the task to be completed by the person on the other end in order for them to actually receive their money. So that's why I love automation, and it really reduces the need for like someone to work for you, because essentially what it's doing, like automation is allowing for you to watch this video without me like coming to your house and like playing these things out for you. You know what I mean? Like, automation is allowing for you to get this video instantly, like at a certain time every day in your phone. That's what automation is doing. So I don't have to pay anybody to do that. It's just automated. And there are a lot of really cool things that automation does. And so you don't need to be hiring people full time and all that stuff. Like, honestly, people are really unproductive beings when it comes, you know, compared to machines. And if you can, you know, like, if it's a job that really requires a human element, like, I don't know, waitressing, you know, that's kind of like, you know, you could have bots serving people, but I think people still like to be served by waiters and waitresses, because there's a psychological, like, they're serving you type of thing, you know. And sorry about the light, but for most things, like, you'll do it a lot better than other people will, and a machine will do it a lot better than you or other people will. And people are like, oh no, machines are taking over our jobs. Machines are making things easier for you. But they're making sure that you can make a lot more money. Machines are making it so that those people that their jobs are being taken are having a lot more ways to have jobs that are a lot more efficient and paying them a lot better. So there's a lot of really, really good things about automation, and I'm definitely excited for the next decade of that.